Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here, and I'm coming to you from our team office at 450 Bronte Street South. We're just a little bit north of Laurier in the Green Life Business Center right in Milton. So if you ever have a need to fax or copy or scan anything, drop by the office. We'll help you out. We'll get you a nice warm beverage, and we have candy here too if you want. So let's get started with today's list. 1138 Barclay Circle, 418.9. I think they chose a very good price. This is a model we don't see a lot of. It's called, I believe, if memory serves correct, it's a Clayton. I've sold a few of them before. It's 1,300 square feet. And so if you think about the Croftside models, which is a little bit larger, this is almost the same size with a finished basement. The Croftsides regularly go for 420, 425, 430. They've got some hardwood floors here. There's a separate room in the front of the house, and then in the back you've got your kitchen with your family room. A bit of a different kitchen design is that it all wraps around the wall of the house, and then you've got an area for an eat-in, but you have to be careful of the size of your table. So they show the picture with and without the table there, so you can see how the kitchen looks. I believe the tags are still on the appliances. And there's one smaller room upstairs. The master's a good size with an ensuite with a shower and no tub. And I'm a little surprised they didn't show the finished basement because they do have it listed as a finished basement. And even without the finished basement, this is on the edge of being not a bad price. But if it's half decent down there, I would say that they're looking really good. And I'm a big fan of the location. Now, Rule has been for sale for a while. The last few sales of this model, this is one of the, it's a Plan 5 corner model, 1638 square feet. I would argue that it feels a little bigger than 1638, but you only have one room on the main floor. This is it. They've decorated it very nicely. There are some, the cabinets are kind of a creamy color. You've got your backsplash and a normal counter with an upgraded faucet. But yeah, I would say that this one is looking good. There's 4 bedrooms. The fourth one ends up being a bit small. It's about 9.5 by 9.5. But that's what you'd expect when you put 4 bedrooms in 1638 square feet. Anyway, last few models have sold for like $550, $560. They've done very well in terms of appreciation. This one is right beside Bronte. So whatever discount you believe there is for being beside Bronte, these guys are guessing it's about 30 grand. And I would say they've almost overestimated that in my eyes. Like, I think this is a really good price, and it is by far the cheapest double car garage home with a backyard that you're going to see in town. So for that reason, I think this one's going to do very well. Even if it's got that location, we'll call it an Achilles heel, it's still priced very aggressively. And finally, 7235 Appleby Line, 2.5 million, 18 acres, and right on the escarpment too. So, I mean, there's been 3-acre homes that have sold for over $1 million. So the land value, aside from the house, I think is there when you start getting up around the 2 million mark for 18 acres. And it's not that far from town too. You're not completely isolated. Derry and Appleby, you could be in town. You could go to No Frills at Derry and Scott, and you're probably there in 10 minutes at the most. So good connection to Milton, which I think future value holds very well. It's a beautiful house. It's one of my favorites. If you've watched Daily Homes quite a bit, you know that the one on 4141 Derry is pretty close to my ideal. It's kind of in the same price range, but the land is good. You've got great views of the escarpment here. I'm a big view guy. Imagine having a party here, or having anything. I mean, having a huge, even just a big home theater. I mean, think about the ceiling effect. It's a beautiful space. There is a link to the virtual tour, and I would highly recommend checking that out because it gives you a good synopsis of where this property is, and they show a lot more pictures. The MLS system is not really designed to showcase a home like this properly because you have probably 400 characters to describe it, which in no way is that enough. and you have 20 pictures. For a home of this size, more than 5,000 square feet, 7 bedrooms, 7 washrooms, potentially 2 distinct living spaces, it doesn't do it justice. Even if you said 2 living spaces at 9 acres apiece at like 1.2 million, that starts to look pretty good where this one is. So as much of a deal as you could find at 2.5 million, it's here. So anyway, I say to Appleby Line, I'm going to pick up my phone and say,
I just called to say I love you.
So there you have it. Today's list, 7 properties. We talked about 3 of them. You can check the link down below for the rest. And if you have any questions or any comments, or if you want to see anything that's listed right now, I know that our team can help you out. So really, we want to keep you safe and make sure that you have an educated buying process so that you're doing the best things, you're doing the right things that are going to save you time and money. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.